Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Bloodborne. We're continuing on in the Unseen Village, and we're now back in the Hypogean jail. You can see down there's an ambush of 3 really nasty hunters waiting for you, but if you explored this area earlier, you could have unlocked that shortcut that lets you skip the gank squad completely. It's the best kind of long-term shortcut payoff there is. And now we're back into kind of familiar territory. This is actually the coolest because we saw how this area was before when we stumbled across it by getting kidnapped. And now we get to see what's really going on here because we get this drastic change now that the blood moon is exposed. It's a lot more warped and macabre and terrifying than it used to be. And so we have these blood-covered red phantom type enemies. That means there is a bell maiden, Squidward, back here sustaining them. And I think she's the only one in the area. So now we can deal with those blood-covered red phantoms. And they will... Oh god, I got shot in the back. And they will no longer respawn and they lose their buff. And we get a shortcut elevator. What the fuck? No? I didn't miss a trigger, did I? I feel like I might have, but... No, what could I have possibly missed? Ooh, that's new. That used to be a pig before. So, was it always a pig? Just being disguised by the blood moon? Or, I mean, was it always one of those things, being disguised by the blood moon as a pig? Don't really know. Came from that direction. If we hang a right up those stairs, that leads back into the jail, where those 3 hunters were. Don't want to fight them. They come at you 3-on-1, and it's kind of nasty. And you don't really get anything special for fighting them. Let's see, down here, we've been here before. Off to the left, there used to be an item. I'm not sure if there's a new one in its place. Nope. The body's still there, though. And this is kind of interesting. Because look at the shape of this thing and how it moves. This is clearly animated and modeled after the werewolf enemies. It's got the same moveset, but it looks gross. It's so much different. Got these exposed ribs. It's very just fleshy and mangled. But it still otherwise behaves as a wolf, so I think that might be the werewolf's true form. Also, there didn't used to be werewolves down here. And bloodstone chunk on the body, check this out, of one of those snatchers, the kidnapper enemies. Something has happened to them. We haven't seen one of those kidnappers around since killing Rom, I think. Since the blood moon rose. Those kidnappers are all dead now. So we know the School of Mensis had their kidnapper scouring Yarnum kidnapping people to experiment with. Mensis being one of the highest orders of the church who split off from the choir. My theory is that they were trying to artificially birth a Great One into the world using, oh god, another bug? This skeleton should be glowing, yeah. They kind of act as little bonfires that can harm you if you touch them. More importantly, if you can kind of kite one of these enemies into them, they will take enormous damage from the glowing skeletons. Or, okay, charge R2, and special follow-up. I learned that that's a unique animation, that follow-up R2 after a charged one. And we took a chunk off of another kidnapper, and there's another one to the right, but I want to focus on this wagon, because it's moving. Oh god, that scared the hell out of me the first time I played this. And another follow-up. Yeah, that's such a good combo. So there used to be a ton of kidnappers, and now they're all dead. And it makes you wonder what could have happened to them. Also, these things, don't get hit by them ever. They look like they're just kinda normal, albeit really grotesque enemies. They have an attack that looks totally normal, like a normal little swing that'll one-shot me from full health. I believe they're called, cramped caskets, because if you look carefully at them, they're mounds of corpses stuffed inside of a single casket brought to life. Part of the School of Mensis' ritual experimentation, I'm guessing. Luckily, a lot of them that you come across have their back turned to you, so you can sneak up to them and charge R2 and follow up, and they will never get a chance to lay their hands on you. So back the first time we came through this area, this is the furthest we were able to go. This door used to be closed. And we have more Bell Maidens up here. We have some of those cramped casket enemies lobbing bloody projectiles. Ah! Luckily they don't hurt that much. They just put pressure on you to move forward, so the really dangerous stuff can attack you. Oh, and we got a werewolf up here. Gotta be a little bit more careful now, since I don't think I have the stamina to kill these off in one combo. Luckily, they're pretty easy to stun lock still. They don't have a lot of poise. The only thing I miss from this area that we don't have anymore from when we visited the Hypogean jail was that insanely haunting music. Oh god, the walls are lined with bodies. Got a werewolf here. Alright. Oh shit! Oh shit! His combo lasts way longer than I thought it did. I didn't realize it had that long of a combo. Ah! Looks like all it took to fix that particle bug with the glowing skeleton was death. Probably could have fixed it by reloading the area too. And you know what? I'm actually kind of happy I died, because now I get to go back through this area and point out something that I neglected to a moment or two ago. Which, look up into the sky, see the blood moon, and this note, behold, the pale blood sky. That note was here the first time we came through the area, remember? And I called it a lie. It's not really a lie, it's just that the pale blood sky was not visible to us with Rom still alive the first time we came here. So it wasn't a lie, it was just unreliable. It was foreshadowing this, though. Yeah, that death appears to have fixed the particle bug. Still, I don't find it that useful to kite the cramped coffins, or the cramped caskets, into them. Easier to just do a charged R2 and a follow-up. Alright, let's take the werewolves a tiny bit more seriously this time. I got complacent. I started underestimating them a lot. They put the fear of werewolves back in me. I had that fear in the very beginning of the playthrough, and I lost it sometime. But it's back now. It's back where it should be. Fear the old werewolves. Ooh. Okay, we still have a Bell Maiden, so this guy is gonna come back eventually. We're working our way towards her, though. Not even gonna fuck with you. You are straight up getting smashed. Bam! Ah, I could have visceral attacked him. I started the swing up a little bit too late. It's the only thing that's not really character action about this is the lack of canceling. But that would be way too broken. We just got a Tempering Blood Gemstone 5, which is a rank 14 gem, 18% physical attack up. Pretty good. Oh man, the walls around here. looks like they're paved into the walls. Okay, I don't want to go out there because that's all bullshit down there. I want to find a better way around. That's, no fun. No fun allowed. Luckily, there's a path that leads up here, which I think is going to split off once again. Yes. So this is curious. This is a bath, like the ones we find messengers in sometimes. Except it's glowing large. It resembles that pedestal we awoke in after killing Rom, the one right in front of the amygdala, around the right of the Grand Cathedral. And inspecting this one teleports us to a different bath. Oh god, and immediately besieged by dogs. Fuck. Okay, what's up? I think I hit the one behind me too. Yeah, 2-for-1 special. Okay. Okay. I'm not super familiar with this area because I don't think I've ever taken that bath before. Like, I knew what it did, but I think I just neglected it. Oh, that's super ugly down there. That's like some Shaded Woods level of shitty texturing. Wow. Oh, another rotten werewolf. I don't even know what to call these. Oh, you're still so stun-lockable. Not quite enough stamina, though. I just need a little bit extra. It bums me out they only dropped twin bloodstone shards. At least he was guarding a chunk. We're gonna come out of this with like 15 or 20 bloodstone chunks, though, which is pretty great considering we only need, what, 18 to fully upgrade something from +6 to +9? Nothing along this rooftop. Oh, here's the elevator. So that's where this is gonna dump us out. But I know that this is not the specific trigger for the elevator shortcut because I've never gone down this path before. So maybe this was just bugged like the glowing skeletons the first time around? Yeah, this is exactly where it dumps you out. So, is it gonna work now? Yeah, it was just bugged, I think. That's really strange. And again, this will dump us out where we found the Iron Yahargul helmet. I deserve that. Bye. You're gonna drop on my head, aren't you? Fuck you. Oh, that's terrible. Only thing worse is if he would have plunging attacked me and killed me. Okay, I don't really need to bother with the Bell Maiden behind me, because I'm done with this half of the Unseen Village. And now we can actually proceed forward. So I'm going to run the same path forward. While I'm running that path, I want to thank Ahsoka the Bear on Twitter for sending me this interview with Miyazaki in The Guardian that came out a while ago, and I just haven't really had time to bring it up. This has been a weird LP because even though there's been a lot of cool developer-related stories, I've been so engrossed in everything else, I haven't really talked about the behind-the-scenes stuff as much as I usually do. But there was this really great interview with Miyazaki that was done in The Guardian a while back, and Miyazaki isn't the kind of person who does interviews like that often, and it was pretty open and earnest. They talked about how Miyazaki was incredibly poor when he grew up and he loved to read, but he didn't have money for books or manga, so he borrowed stuff from the library that was way too hard for him to read. So he would read what he could, and then he would just fill in the gaps of what he didn't understand with his own imagination, and that made him feel like he was co-writing the book. And I almost teared up reading that because that's so amazing and beautiful and inspiring. And that tells you a lot about where the inspiration for a lot of this stuff comes from, because it's his imagination filling in the gaps in these books that he could kind of half-read as a kid, like D&D role-playing books and stuff. And then I didn't even know the part about him feeling like he had no ambition growing up, and that part resonates with me, and I suspect a lot of people who kind of just went to college but still didn't know what they wanted to do, so you just apply to some major and drift through it till you stumble upon something you love. Alright, we are at the boss door now. I'm gonna start making my preparations. Gonna get a little bit of beast blood pellet going. The boss happens to be weak to bolt paper. I think he's also weak to fire. We're gonna go with that cannon, bone marrow ash. We're gonna do some crazy wombo combos on this guy. Let's see, Blades of Mercy. I could use that to build up my beast blood gauge, but I think I'm fine with what I'm rocking now. Ooh, that's an imposing image. This is the most metal design I've ever seen. Like an animal insect take on the rotten. Took tons of kidnapped victims to birth this thing into the world. It reminds me so much of the Eclipse from Berserk. And he looks like a bigger, more completed version of those cramped casket enemies. And it's Tower Knight inspired to boot. Which is a shame because this fight is not actually that good. It's got a radical theme, he's got a radical design, it takes some inspiration from another radical Souls boss. Fight itself is pretty lame though. First of all, we want to come upstairs, kill the Chime Maidens because they can huck projectiles at you from upstairs while you're down fighting the boss. Just like the Tower Knight archers. So this is neat. This gimmick is cool. It's only when you get down to the ground floor that the fight falls apart, because he really isn't that threatening. And it's stupidly easy to brute force him. So we're gonna buff up completely, Beast Blood Pellet, Bone Marrow Ash, Bolt Paper, the works, and now we can begin the quest to wombo combo the fuck out of him. So I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Oh, that was maybe a little bit too close. But it's not really that big a deal. Oh, he's collapsed. I missed my window. Oh well. Do full combo. He's collapsed again. If you hit him in the corpse that's directly in the front of his body, he takes way more damage, but he leaves himself open for so long that it doesn't matter. And he's already this low. So from around here, he can drop these little balls of viscera on you. These little limbs flail around. Nothing you can't just heal yourself through by attacking, regen through. He can vomit on the floor, which he does pretty rarely. From the front, he has a really big red explosion, which doesn't hit you if you're near his backside. And that's really it. Kind of pathetic. Makes me wonder if he's not so much reborn as he is aborted. And yeah, if you circle around in front of him when he crumples from taking damage, he will take extra damage if you hit him in the corpse. Special material used in a Holy Chalice ritual, special body parts collected by the Healing Church. What was this gruesome bait used to lure? The additional rite rotted offering beckons ungodly forces, normally terrifying things, but also worthy prey for a special hunt. So it's a special material used in a Holy Chalice ritual, like the description says. Yeah, he doesn't seem all that complete, actually. Like, the Bell Maidens had to rush the ritual, like they weren't prepared. Because you got here so early. Came out half-finished, like a borderline stillborn god they were trying to summon. Just the way he gets dumped out like that. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.